last concept of this particular topic, microbes in human welfare, that is microbes as biofertilizers. Here, fertilizers are the substances which will be added to the soil to enrich fertility of the soil. Various type of fertilizers are available nowadays. Recently, since many years, we are using chemical fertilizers, organic fertilizers which were available since olden days itself, that is in practice. But here, each of these organic fertilizers are too good. But here, I don't know the reason. Most of the farmers in all possible places across all Indian or any other countries, if you take chemical fertilizers, we are using. The chemical fertilizers, they may enrich the soil, they may increase the crop yield, but that is having negative impact on soil. Soil, it will start losing its fertility at first attempt or first years. They may have given some fertility to the soil, they have enriched the soil, but gradually, continuously, if you are using chemical fertilizers, naturally soil will lose its fertility. Then we would be creating barren land. Fertile land will be converted into barren land. That is the problem regarding with the chemical fertilizers. Here, microbes used as a biofertilizers. Instead of addition of chemical fertilizers, some of the microorganism directly that will be added to the soil, which will enrich nutrient quality within the soil. Such microbes which are added to the soil to increase fertility of the soil, they are called by the name biofertilizers. What are biofertilizers? These are the microbes which will be added to the soil to increase its fertility. They are called by the name biofertilizers. It is possible to give various examples for such biofertilizers. Best one is rhizobium. As we know that rhizobium, which is a symbiotic bacteria present within root nodules of leguminous plant. I think you are familiar with the term symbiotic. That means organism that will be present with another organism, both will be getting equal benefit, then they will be called by the name symbiotic. Rhizobium is present within the root nodules of leguminous plant means rhizobium would be benefited. At the same time, leguminous plant gets benefit means then it is possible to consider this as symbiotic. Rhizobium ಜೊತೆಗೆ ರೈಸೋಬಿಯಂ ರೂಟ್ ನಾಡ್ಯೂಲ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ರೈಸೋಬಿಯಂಗೂ ಲಾಭ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಲೆಗ್ಯುಮಿನಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಗೂ ಲಾಭ ಇರಬೇಕು. ರೈಸೋಬಿಯಂಗೆ ಏನು ಲಾಭ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಫುಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ಶೆಲ್ಟರ್. ಅದೇ ಲೆಗ್ಯುಮಿನಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಗೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರಿಕ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್. That means the reason why which is called by the name symbiotic. Rhizobium which will fix atmospheric nitrogen in organic form. Hence plant can utilize that nitrogen in organic form as a nutrient, because atmospheric nitrogen N2 that is not possible to utilize directly by the root system of the plant. First this nitrogen, atmospheric nitrogen, which is to be converted into organic form, then only plant can utilize this. This conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into soluble form that plant can utilize, that is possible because of rhizobium. Hence, this can be considered as biofertilizer. Then it is not compulsory that all nitrogen fixing bacteria to be symbiotic. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾ ಸಿಂಬಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಆಗೇ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Some of free living bacteria like Azospirillum and Azotobacter, even they can fix nitrogen and they can increase nitrogen quantity within the soil. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ even these bacteria like Azospirillum and Azotobacter can be added like biofertilizers. And one more thing is, all nitrogen fixing, that means all the organism which will increase the nutrient within the soil, they should not be bacteria always. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡೋ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾನೇ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕಾ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ. In order to increase the fertility of the soil within the agricultural field, the organism which is to be added not always to be bacteria, even fungus can act like biofertilizer. Best example is mycorrhiza. As we have studied in first year itself, myco refers to fungus always. Rhiza refers to root. That means some of the fungus which is in association with roots of the higher plant, and that can be considered, that can be acted like biofertilizers. Here, this is said to be symbiotic because fungus in association with the roots. That root system of the plant will be benefited, even fungus too. Fungus will get food and shelter, where this particular plant root system, they can absorb high amount of phosphorus from the soil. Any plant which is having the root system, it is having the association of fungus, mycorrhizal association. If it is present, such a plant can absorb more amount of phosphorus from the soil. ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಕೋರೈಸಲ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟು ಮಣ್ಣಿಂದ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಸ್ಫರಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. The plants which is having mycorrhizal association, they can absorb maximum amount of phosphorus from the soil. The presence of mycorrhizal association, they will not only helps in absorption of phosphorus, at the same time the plants with mycorrhizal association get some additional advantages. What are those? The plants with mycorrhizal association, they are naturally resistant against many root-borne pathogens. Then the plants with mycorrhizal association, they will show tolerance to salinity. Salt concentration ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದ್ರೆ they can withstand for droughtiness. ಅಂದರೆ ಬರಗಾಲ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ they can survive if those plants were having mycorrhizal association. Apart from this, this mycorrhizal association which will increase the overall plant growth and they will contribute for development of the plants. Then if question is, what is the advantage of mycorrhizal association in plants? The mycorrhizal association that is responsible for maximum absorption of phosphorus from the soil. Those plants with mycorrhizal association, they are naturally resistant against root-borne pathogen. They will show tolerance to salinity and drought. They will cause overall increase in the growth of the plant and they will contribute for development of the plants. Then not only fungus, not only bacteria, some cyanobacteria, blue green algae, even they can be added like biofertilizers, especially some of the cyanobacterial members like Anabaena, Nostoc, Oscillatoria. They can fix atmospheric nitrogen. They will improve nutrient quantity within the soil. Naturally, in case of paddy field, generally biofertilizer, as a biofertilizer, cyanobacteria will be added. What is the role of cyanobacteria in paddy field means? They will fix atmospheric nitrogen. They will contribute for enrichment of the nutrient within the soil. That means even microbe can be added like a biofertilizer to improve nutrient requirement within the soil. That means in this chapter we have explained positive phase of the microbe, because as I have explained in previous video, whenever we will hear the term microbe, we will consider that they have the pathogens. But apart from that negative shade, if you observe, microbes are useful in various fields like preparation of various household product, as we have explained, preparation of dosa and idli, or cheese or bread, or preparation of curd, that we have explained. Role of microbes in industrial product, that we have explained. Role of microbes as an antibiotic, that we have explained. Role of microbes in production of alcohol, that we have explained in detail. Role of microorganism in sewage treatment. Role of microbes in biogas production. Role of microbes as a biocontrolling agent, and role of microbes in case of biofertilizers. These are the factors which is to be remembered whenever we will be explaining the role of microbe in a positive note. So that is the end of this topic. The important questions regarding with this topic, then model question paper consisting this particular topic's question and notes that will be given along with video itself.